got this big bridge up here up ahead, and then we turn to starboard and for our last stretch into Bergen. The heat's coming on every night, isn't it, these days? And soon it'll be in the morning as well. Off we go. Hi, this is Tom from LifeFourPointZero. Welcome to Bergen, where it rains a lot, and where they grow their ships big. Bergen, or I should say Bergen, is Norway's second largest city after Oslo, and correspondingly, there is a lot going on. Ocean-going tugs service the offshore oil, gas, and more recently, the wind farm industry. And of course, there's plenty of cruise ship activities here on the doorstep of the famous Norwegian fjords. Karen, as a primary helmswoman on Sea Rose, was not intimidated by all this big ship brethren, laying our precious craft deftly alongside the busy commercial waterfront, wedged in between two other boats, with not a scratch nor even a smudge on our white fiberglass from the big black tractor tires lining the seawall. She makes my job with the dock lines an easy one. We start with a forward spring line, and Karen backs down slowly against it. Then I walk back to catch the stern line, followed by the bow line, and finally our aft spring line. The captain from one of the other boats came over right after, just to confirm his suspicions that it was indeed a lady behind the helm, and add his name to her list of admirers. For better or worse, it is becoming a common occurrence, and I'll have to watch that one of these boat owners doesn't steal her away. Like I said, there's a lot going on in Bergen, from a bustling waterfront full of shops and open-air markets, flower-filled gardens and plazas, narrow streets, still narrower alleyways full of tourists, perhaps weary of the incessant rain, for which I can highly recommend the trusty umbrella. Alas, our real reason for being here was to pick up our dear friends Ted and Maria for an up-close and personal trip to the remote islands and deep fjords of this rugged Nordic country. Find your best waterproof jacket and let's head out. It's getting skinny up here. We're working our way up to a harbor called Feste, and a recommendation of another Sun Odyssey 440 owner, Svein, and he recommended this route through here. We probably wouldn't have done it because it looked so skinny on the chart.
Like a wild man, sleeping like a child.
Hi, you're a little one. Hi, honey. Hi, how are you?
No bell for you.
Okay, I wish I had something for you, sweetie. I don't. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, you have such a cute pink nose. Would you let me touch you or no? Would you bite my finger? Huh? Would you? Oh, you're so cute. Yeah, we're pretty harmless. I bet this guy's a first year.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, running around, being all frisky.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, we're on our way from Feste. Totally different day today. Sunshine, clouds have receded, the nice little white puffy things, lots of blue sky. Oh, this is so much better than yesterday. We made the best of yesterday, but the sun comes out. It's really, really beautiful. We are headed to the island of Fedje on the outer islands. And we don't have a lot of wind today, so we're probably gonna be motoring most, if not all, the day. But at least we have the sunshine and a cool destination ahead of us. Boy, this is great.
So we're at the island of Fedje, and a ferry's just pulling out. It goes back and forth between here and the mainland quite frequently. A bunch of cars, it's Friday, a bunch of cars came off, so I don't know if a lot of people are visiting the island. The hatch on the back of the ferry is closing up. It's really quite a cute place. Ah, so beautiful. All these houses look out over this great cove.
And indeed, we had stumbled upon a trailhead leading down to an expansive nature preserve, encompassing the entire southern half of the island of Fedje. A nature preserve with a mix of enclosed bodies of glassy water, bordered by green meadows leading down to a rocky coastline, and a lone lighthouse standing guard against the open waters of the Norwegian Sea. This was exactly the remote outer island setting we had been longing for, kissed by the warmth of a blue sky day. The town at Fedje was not without its charms as well, including a self-operating cable ferry. The only problem was how to get it to operate. Thank goodness Maria came to the rescue.
As the skipper, you're responsible for all the workings of the cable ferry. Send SMS skipper to... Oh, that must be it.
Yeah.
And then read instructions on the text.
Look at that. This nice gentleman over here helped us. And now we have the ferry coming to us with a flashing light. Off we go.
I just tried to press it to see what happened. And it just
Yeah. All right, we got a captain here.
And then there's something over here that says something.
Press here to end the tour. Oh, the tour.
The tour. 3-hour tour. Yeah. Here we go. Boom. That ends the tour.
For heaven's sake.
As if on cue, the clouds and fog settled back in the next morning as we prepared to get underway. It was time for us to wind our way back towards the comfort of the inner islands, of which there are so many along this stretch of the Norwegian coast. The wind can be fickle here, but we found a brief but robust breeze to dry out our sails. Someone's on a little fishing harbor. Oh, they've got a sodden roof as well. We settled on the little harbor of Skjerjehamn. In typical Scandinavian style, it was impeccably maintained, and as we welcomed the return of blue skies, it was obvious this was an operation full of passion and purpose. Run by the Fedje Seafood Company, their buildings were painted in the distinctively local bright red color called falu red, originally made from the cheap and readily available leftovers of Norwegian mining operations. But that is where the commonality ended. Ample dock space and a beautifully rustic restaurant and bar area welcomed visitors to discover the grounds, where quaint waterfront cottages encouraged one to slow down and savor the sense of calm. To aid in one's discovery, the owners, who run a fish farming operation under the same Fedje brand, had laid out, literally, a case for the merits of fish farming. On a path through the property, what they called the Blue Garden of Skjerjehamn, they had made creative use of a rocky berm to visually show how the population of the world has grown steadily over the years, and how only 10% of the earth is arable land versus 71% that is salt water, making the case that responsible fish farming is the practical solution to so many more mouths to feed. Atlantic salmon from Norway is a common sight at our local fish counter in the United States. Indeed, they produce over 1.5 million tons of salmon, over 50% of the world's production. Sailing along the Norwegian coast, it is hard to miss the immensity of this industry, from large circular floating pens to the companies that manufacture the fish feed and the ships, both small and large, that work the farms and transport the mature fish to market. In 2023, the government instituted a controversial new salmon tax, with proceeds going into the Sovereign Wealth Fund for future generations, based on the assumption that fish farms are using a public resource, the navigable waters of Norway. We were left to ponder the pros and cons of this new program and the challenge of feeding a growing population as we sought out a hiking trail overlooking the harbor. From Skjerjehamn, we continued our trek inland, winding our way north to a small cluster of islets at the threshold of the Sognefjord. Here, with land nearly enclosing us, Sea Rose held her position like a loyal sentry as Karen and Maria tested their balance on the glassy, calm, early evening waters. Sognefjord cuts deep into the mountainous interior of Norway, spawning many smaller fjords at its headwaters, like the trunk and branches of an ancient tree. At 205 kilometers, it is Norway's longest fjord, and we were about to discover its innermost secrets. In our next episode, we peel back the layers of this magical inland waterway and its jaw-dropping beauty, full of towering mountains, majestic waterfalls, and captivating waterfront villages. Once again, this is Tom from Life 4.0. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave us a comment. We always appreciate hearing from you. Please consider giving us a thumbs up, as it helps others find this kind of content. And if you are not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing to Life 4.0. Fair winds!